I want you to try something this year. That's getting the passivity out of your market. Let me explain. In every market I'm involved with, I'm hearing clients tell me that they're not getting the level of engagement that they used to get. They're not getting as many folks coming to the conferences. They're not getting as many people opening their emails. Few people are clicking on the links that are provided in emails. They're just not getting the kind of responses that they would expect given the amount of sales and marketing effort that they're putting forth. I think that this is very common. This is something that's happening in just about every market. Response rates are going down. And they're going down because many people are very passive about the sales and marketing efforts that are made toward them because there are just so many. There's also a lot of fear and doubt and uncertainty in the market, particularly right now. And there's a fair amount of wait and see. Let's see what's going to happen. Let's see whether I should make this decision. Let me be cautious about the money that I'm spending and the commitments that I'm making because I have to juggle lots of things. So there's a lot of passivity. There are people who are just not going to make certain decisions because those decisions are difficult to make psychologically. Now, what does that mean to you as a seller or a marketer? It means that all of the investment that you're making in bringing your product, service, or experience to market, all of the effort you're making in messaging, the effort that you're making in connecting with clients is yielding fewer and fewer results because you're dealing with someone who is reluctant. Now, we know in sales and marketing that there's a small percentage of people who respond anyway. For example, in the direct mail category, direct response category, if you can get half of 1%, 1%, 2%, my goodness, 3% in many cases, that's perceived as a home run. So imagine if you are able to get something like 4 or 5% of folks to respond. And the way you get better response rates in anything you do is to focus on tweaking every element of what you do. Now, one thing to tweak is better connection with your audience. Better connection with your audience. Because so many marketers are also passive. The idea is I'm going to send an email blast and let's see what kind of response we get. I'm going to dump these things in the mail. Let's see what kind of response we get. I'm going to announce something. Let's see what kind of response we get. And what we're finding today is that you have to be far more assertive and far more attentive. So what I want you to do this year is to really work on getting the passivity out of your market. Now, how do you do that? You do that by focusing on one-on-one. You do that by picking up the phone. You do that by communicating with individuals who are responding to you online. You do that by taking an interest in your marketplace, by calling folks you haven't talked to in a while. And if they don't respond to your sales and marketing overtures, giving them a call, making sure that they saw it, making sure they understand it, and giving them another opportunity to respond by explaining to them in more detail why it might benefit them and why you are particularly concerned about serving them and making sure that their needs are met. This is a world where there are a lot of folks who are marketing, there are a lot of folks who are selling, and you're simply not going to get there today by thinking that you can do something automatic by just using technology alone, for example, using social media alone or email alone, and that you're going to cut through. You're going to be ignored, and you're going to be ignored because you haven't raised the level of relevance to your product or service, to your company, and to you personally. So I think this is the year of focusing on clients one-on-one, picking up the phone, visiting, and doing everything you can to raise the level of engagement in your audience. If you can shake just a little bit of passivity out of your audience, you're going to see that you're going to have a real definable impact financially. So really work on that. What can you do to get people to become less passive and be more passive with you, and you'll find that you're going to see better results in what you do. Give it a try.